Are you doing the explosive aerial ballista elementalist?
I don't think he's in the elementalist one.
I mean, it is explosive arrow totem, but I was using the duelist as the base, not the elementalist.
Yeah, look here. It's like with all these builds, it's even more. Oh yeah, this game. It's like there's even a mod to help you. Gosh, what's the mod?
Help with the builds?
Yeah,
Half building.
Path of Building.
That's
Yeah, that's
not a mod, it's a separate program that helps you keep track of builds and stuff.
Yeah, Path of Building, community. There it is. Download. So after you pick and find, we also are going to need to download. It helps. You don't have to, but it's called Path of Builds, which will like.
I think
Not the
amongst
building.
the-
Yeah, honestly,
You
you'll
don't need it.
be able to get the information just online just fine.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
building
like-
is more for like trying to make your own builds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but what we probably will be helpful is the it was like the item filter, right? Because this game does.
Yeah, that's the only like is it like soft actual requirement because some people can get away with doing their own builds as long as they're just winging it as long as they pay attention to what they're reading, or at least the campaign. But the item filter is definitely
Item filter is important.
yes, and that's on filter blade. You can just do default on my strict.
Hmm.
Looks like my old item filters aren't working anymore.
Yeah, they.
Got broke.
Hmm.
Yeah. You can, if you go to the Filter Blade website, which is filterblade.xyz, and then there's options to customize them, but you can just do the default softcore with the regular or semi-strict strictness, and then just go through it until save and export.
So here's the unique thing about Path of Exile, Ethan,
Mm-hmm.
is the builds most like pretty much your tree, your skill, like your level up tree, is
Have you
more
played Final
for
Fantasy X?
it's more like stats.
Mm-hmm.
While you actually to make your build, you actually have gems that you put into your weapons, and that's like your abilities. That's like what makes your build, is actual gems that you find in game. So you remember how like we had Sokka did gems in Diablo 2?
Yeah.
Now imagine though like a Sokka gem gives you a different ability, like Ice Arrow or something.
Okay. So would it really matter which character I choose then?
Well, each character they start differently on the huge skill tree. On the passive.
Yeah, so, like,
point.
for example, the witch will appear in the intelligence portion of the skill tree, and so has much easier access to increasing her intelligence, to improving her elemental damage or her summon minions, stuff like that. Whereas the duelist, who I'm planning on starting as, has better access to stuff like attack speed or traps.
So like here we go. I think this is here's the tree. Let me make it full screen. So this is the
In theory, I could take my duelist and just work my way over to the witch's part of the tree, and actually, in the high levels, I'm
okay.
going to be getting pretty
So-
close to her point.
everyone has this tree.
So you can basically choose
So like
what skills you want to get.
you choose here what passive, like what if you want, like this is more like the intellect. This is the intellect part. This is like the strength part. This is like the dexterity part. So who you start off as,
Mhm.
like dependent word, like who you like. If you choose the witch or the sorcerer or whatever, you start in the intellect part of the tree. Or if you choose like a warrior, you start in the strength part of the tree.
But it is worth noting that this is the passives tree.
Yeah.
Active skills like casting fireball all come from skill gems, which are just items that you socket into your equipment.
Also, your microphone could be like a little. They probably can't hear you.
I'll move it a little closer.
So
Okay, I
So,
have
like-
no idea which character to start out with.
yeah, here, one sec.
Actually, I saw
what
one.
ki-
Since you want to explode,
That is not the explosion one, Corey.
speed, explosion, and survivability. It says explosion.
Well, what flavor of explosions are you looking for? Because explosive arrow is, of course, is exactly what it sounds like. You shoot arrows, they go boom. But there's also skills that would be more you exploding. I forget exactly what they're called, but no, self-centered AoEs where you walk into the enemy and then you detonate and they die.
Ah,
So like here,
that
so
sounds like fun.
so under this guide, like so like
Which website is that one?
it is maxroll.gg. There's like multiple websites. I just picked the first one.
This sounds fun. Hex Blast Minor Saboteur.
I'm thinking of doing a minion build, and so I'm going to try the Mom Mischief.
That is not a minion, I don't think.
Huh. Oh, Channel Death Witch has sacrificed your minions to an explosion. Using your life to scale your explosion ignite damage.
I don't think they have minion builds on that site.
Oh.
It might.
Minion build. Casual Dad's Minion Army Necromancer. Yeah, this is meant to be a league starter. Here, I'll link you this one.
All right, what website are you using, David?
I was just looking through guides on PoE Vault, because just can't be arsed to make my own build this time.
PoE Vault.
I sent you the link.
Oh, he did? Okay. So I'm going to the website that David sent me. They spent a lot more time on Path of Exile than I did. So PoE Vault.
POV Vault is pretty much like the Icy Veins of, like, it's literally Icy Veins if you ever did WoW a lot.
So it's the standard pretty much.
That and Maxwell, they pretty much both are.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff on here. Most of it is in regards to things that won't come up for a while. So what you're really going to want to do if you plan on using this as your guide is you're going to want to select on section 3, which is POB, passive skill tree, and gym links.
Mm.
And well,
So
this is a bit of a mess.
Ethan, I'm sending you the website that is like the website for builds. That's the build that Davis sent me, but there's a bunch of builds. There's more builds and they're on the website that I was looking at.
Okay.
A lot. It's a very much multiple people having their own like groups they like to post builds onto.
But yeah, in that whole in the path of building, passive skill tree section, under 2.1 low budget version, you'll you'll find a link to pobb.in. That it's a link to path of building.
Mm.
Yeah, which is that website that makes it easy to just display Path of Exile builds.
Yeah, I am reusing it. I don't feel like I'll be as lost as I was then.
You'll be able to see your intended skill tree there.
Yeah. I'll install it. What's up,
So,
Lander?
But yeah, I've heard opinions that you don't really need a builder or anything. Like the only hard requirement most people, but like someone new should probably have for the very first time is the item filter, because
I mean,
Otherwise, you're not going to be doing
I
much.
highly recommend following a build if this is
Oh,
your first
I
game
do
in Path of
too.
Exile.
I do
The
too,
reason
but if
being,
it's not what you like, you can get away without one.
yeah, you can. However, it is incredibly easy to make characters that are just missing one of the like 6 different defensive attributes that you desperately need to not die horribly.
Oh yeah, that too.
So
If you can learn about defenses, then you'd probably be fine otherwise.
So yeah, follow a build the first time, because by doing that, it will help you learn how you're supposed to build characters. Otherwise, you will miss something, and then you'll get to the final boss of story mode, and he'll just one-shot you, and you'll be like, "What the hell? My character was fine up to this point. Why did he one-shot me?" Because for whatever reason, story modes is kind of a joke right up until the end, where things start one-shotting you.
So pretty much, did you hear what David said, Ethan?
Sorry, I zoned out.
You zoned
Yeah.
out.
Okay, so basically,
I caught
No,
the
no.
tail end of like things one-shotting you towards the end of story mode.
yeah, so it's very easy to unknowingly make your character into a glass cannon in Path of Exile. As such, I advise that you follow a build for your first character, so that you avoid making somebody who will just go splat the first time a serious foe looks your way.
Probably a good idea.
That being said, looking over these builds, there's a lot of information that's more about like once you've completed the story, how you're going to be advancing the character up through to the true end game. But really, what you're looking for is the passive skill tree, the big old circle with shiny lights on it. Which will typically have a tab nearby that'll let you look at 5 different versions that represent different stages of the build's progression.
At least we aren't doing ruthless mode. Woo.
Pretty much hardcore.
No, ruthless is more item scarcity. There's not nearly as many movement options, so you
Hmm.
have to do like a short range dash purely.
Yeah, reduced movement, reduced item drop rates.
Yeah.
It was
If
very
you're into that sort of thing, I guess.
yeah. It was nice when I was playing it with my brother's fiance. It was because that was pretty much her first introduction to it because she didn't realize what it was.
Mm.
But it was very much of, since you didn't have nearly as much damage, you just kind of had to get good with it, recognizing some of the boss's mechanics of dodge and stuff. It was not pleasant though. I will say that. It was a good wake-up call into, oh, I have to learn mechanics.
Hmm.
Wait, I
The
need to
bad
know
news-
what the enemy does now?
Yeah. Also,
Boss-
it was a lot slower because you couldn't like run fast or anything very often. And you don't get skill gems in that one nearly as much. like support gems in that mode, you literally do not get them. You cannot buy them. They are drop only. Random drop.
Mm.
It's all random drops.
But you can't. What I mean is, you can't buy them from a vendor.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep. And they're rare drops too.
Man, there are so many builds.
Does it make you happy?
Um,
It makes me confused.
so,
Yeah.
it might be easier. So you just, I know that you said that you want to make things explode.
Detonate Dead, which is pretty much corpse explosion, is also exploding corpses.
Well,
So
yes, but that requires you to generate corpses first. That's
yeah,
Yeah.
that's also
Yeah.
true. They did change a few things in this thing too.
I mean, the explosive arrows, obviously the most
Go-to.
straightforward of, well, maybe not straightforward, but the first thing that comes to mind. Hex, yeah, Hex Blast would be if you want to be laying mines instead of shooting explosives into the enemy directly.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was a self-cast. You can also go Captain America. I don't know how well that goes, but that's not explosions.
What is Bone Shatter?
Ooh, Bone Shatter is an interesting one. It's a melee skill where, as you hit things, you gain stacks which make you hit harder and also hurt yourself.
All right, doesn't sound like what we're looking for here, but Hennis Brand. You make a brand that attaches to a nearby enemy. Oh, well that's fun. Okay, so Penance Brand latches onto an enemy, builds up over time. Once it's done building up, it explodes violently.
Ah.
I think I'm just gonna do the explosive arrow build.
Keeping it simple, huh?
Yeah. I think it's where's it?
You know what? I'm gonna
I'm gonna
decide
bookmark
to
this.
disable my visibility of global chat this time because I think that might be good for my sanity. So what build are we giving Ethan?
You choose exploding arrows.
Do you know the specific one he has?
Yeah, can I
Um,
see?
Yeah, it's hold on. This one
it's here. You can just literally copy and paste, and you just put the URL just on Great Friday or something. or
That will
Great Friday
allow me
chat.
to provide assistance with confusion, hopefully.
Where am I going?
So you want to hit the Great Friday logo. There you go.
My brain
That's-
is not working.
Hi, Jason.
Hit the
What's up?
the chat.
Not
logo.
much.
Right.
We're about to start our
So this is
Friday
updated.
group stuff.
We're
Ah,
preparing to
cool.
play Path of Exile, but it's taking a while for people to figure out their builds.
Okay.
Also, one of us, it's his literal first time playing. So,
Ah,
hey, Jason,
how's it going?
doing good. Can you mute on Discord, Ethan?
No, absolutely not.
Denied.
So Corey, we still on for tomorrow?
Yes. So,
Alright,
I
planning
thought-
on leaving. What's up?
I thought I responded back.
I think you did, but
You just came by the
yeah, you were wanting me to be there by 11, so I was gonna leave here by 9, and I should be
Okay.
there by 10:30.
Yeah, so I was saying like be here around like 11:30. Because I have to meet with them at 10, and it'll take like an hour where they have to do the whole like they have me look for any defects, which I take pictures of and stuff like that before we move in, because after that, any holes is my fault. So
Mhm.
doing all that stuff. So yeah, I mean,
So
I
you
think
got everything boxed up already.
most of it. We still got some touch-ups, but we got most of it boxed up. After, like at 9:30, we'll do Eucharist and reading, and after that, then I'll start boxing up all the courts, the computer stuff. And most of everything has been boxed up already. I know there's nothing worse than helping someone move and they have nothing boxed up.
Yeah. So just out of curiosity, how high up is your apartment?
It's gonna be first floor.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had to move people up like 4 floors before. It ain't fun.
Yep. I actually would have sold my standing desk because it is heavy. I would have probably sold it if it was the second or third floor. Since we're planning on going to Thailand, I was not going to
Yeah.
do the work I'm getting into a second or third floor apartment just to then get it out in a year or 2 years or so. Like, no. But luckily, yeah, it's the first floor, which makes me breathe a little easier.
Yes.
All right, hey, Justin,
Yes.
you said here there'd be a path of building link.
Okay.
Uh,
I think I saw the build he's grabbed, so
Where do do you know where the link is on here? The PoE on the PoE vault. The link for
it's under where it says passive skill and tree and gem links.
Okay, so it'll be here. Okay. So is it this? Oh, I see. Oh, that's the path of building. So I do the low budget, and then there's the medium budget. So I'm doing low budget pretty much. Since they're
So
starting.
Unless you've been playing on this league without us knowing.
Okay. Copy.
You can also just copy the URL also into it.
Ah. Okay, and then I import.
Build sharing, it's the bottom box.
Import. There we go.
And on the very bottom, where it says low budget endgame,
Yeah.
click that and make sure it is the leveling tree.
Yep. Level 11. Here we go.
Same with in the skills menu also. Skill on the top left.
Ah.
Also skill set up there. X1, so that way you can see as you progress what you'll generally have.
Yeah. Here, I'll help.
Is it just me, or does the duelist kind of look like Adam Driver?
It does look like. All right. So you want to go to Chrome.
Gasp.
Are you going to
using
join us,
Chrome.
Jason, or are you just
Nah, just hanging out for a bit.
long time listener, first time caller?
Yeah, but
Yeah. All right.
since you were here, might as well touch base, see what was the plan for tomorrow, and yeah.
Sweet. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, I was like, what do I do with all this stuff that I can't take with me? So, you
Give it to puppies.
You're my little puppy. All right, type
What?
in Pat the Building. There you go. Enter. Then click the top one. Scroll down a little bit. Download. Okay. Click the down arrow. You could just click it. Should open it. There we go. Hit more info. That's in the middle of text. There you go. Hit run anyway. Next. I agree. Next. You can just, yeah, install. Not big. All right. Hit run. Hit finish. Yeah, finish. All right, and then go back to your explosive arrow build. Okay, scroll down. Oh. Scroll to the very top. Back, sorry. And then hit where it says passive skill trees and gem links. Click that. Okay, scroll down. Keep scrolling. We should get a link soon. Scroll up. Okay, that's. Scroll up. Okay, where is the link? Okay, that's like. Okay, you can optimize. You can find Path to Building Fork by Locodin. Click here. So go down. That one. Click that. Oh, wait. So hit that again. And then I think, yeah, Path to Building here. There it is. All right, then hit copy right there. Or actually, you can just click there. Just do the URL. So copy. Discord. Actually, Path to Building, my bad. There you go. And then, so that our friendly neighborhood Justin's always actually first, we'll hit import, export right there. And then right there, you can put the URL there. Control V, import. There we go. So next thing you want to do, so right where it says level 95 right there, click that. And just start where it says level 12. So you be starting here on the skill tree, and you make sure you follow the level up tree. So you see like.
Cool. I'll just take a photo of it.
Okay. Well, it'll be on the computer, so you can always alt tab.
That is true.
Okay, and you also.
But this might also just be easier.
There you go. And then so you also hit skills. And then where it says right there. Hit 1 to 28, and that'll tell you like what skills, like you'll run into them, like so these are the gems you'll find, and those are the ones that are like like what you'll get and what you want to use probably until like level 20.
Green is good.
Yeah, so those are like green are usually dexterity based skills, and cruelty looks like it's a modifier.
Oh, okay. It kind of
Yeah.
shows it there.
Yeah, so those are more skills. So those are your gem skills. And then go in the tree. That's your tree. And you really like once you get past level 12, you hit that again. Then you hit 36. And then there you go. You see like the tree going farther down where you should be getting. There we go. All right, I think we're good.
All right.
We overloaded him enough.
Oh. Okay. All right. Minimize that. Actually, I'll just. If I do this right, I can see both chats. There we go. All right. Start Path of Exile. Great. And so we're doing Necropolis.
Yep.
Okay. And I pick
Necropolis.
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 and the order of the Templar.
Necropolis, yeah.
For years you built
Necropolis.
life upon faith, only to smite it asunder
I
with
think
one
Metropolis,
sinful
but
blow.
that
Yeah.
And is that not the greatest
Yeah,
folly
definitely.
of all? To lose faith when it's all you have left? You were once the chosen of God, a Templar. You are now the chosen of Rayclast, an exile.
Oh, Tempe or resist. Of course.
of course indeed.
All right. So I'm friends with both of you. Okay, let me friend up. Actually, how about we all we'll figure it out once we're all in town so he can experience the tutorial.
Is there a way to turn off the chat?
Yes. Press enter, it opens it up, and the button pop turn off the various chat channels.
So you just have to hit enter to close it. Oh, then hit enter again. Actually, I bet I disabled it. So options, I imagine it's in options.
No, I mean like when you if you press enter and the chat is there, if you see where it says global, you just click it and it'll. hide it.
Oh. I see.
That way
Okay.
you get other
I figured it out.
like so that way you can still see the whispers and the
Ah, that makes sense.
So you can turn it
dialogue.
off.
I see. Global, local. And then pretty much once we're in the party, it'll show just party and whispers. Cool.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals. There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if there's...
Even death gives
Okay,
no
I
solace
see.
in this tortured land.
Yeah, I like this.
My mana is spent.
Do we have to make it to like a certain waypoint or something before we get to?
Yeah, you gotta
Great
make it to
party.
town.
Yeah, once you make it to town, so literally you just go right enough, you fight kind of the tutorial boss, and then there'll be town. Oh. Me, my silly
Oh, yeah,
goodness.
forgot
I watched
they had it.
my health and I oofed it.
Tragic.
Tragic indeed. I need to go to the center.
Is there a reason I cannot continue past this barrier?
Oh, you have to fight the local. Oh.
Yeah, you're going to need to do what the tutorial's been telling you to do before it'll let you keep going.
Okay.
Have you been ignoring the tutorial?
Haha.
Possibly he has. That's folders.
It would seem my god has no need for my company just yet.
All divers?
I did not want to perish.
Looks like my item filter is active. I guess my item filter is still working.
Yeah, they'll generally work on, but you'll still need them to be up to date. If they,
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll update it in town. All right. Which item filter do you guys use?
I'm currently running semi-strict.
Yeah, that I also am.
That's the one, semi-strict.
Off the Filter Blade website. Let me,
EOE, blue filter, semi-strict. Filter blade.
Do I really have to fight anything, or can I just run?
you can run
Oh,
past
you have-
most things except the main thing, unless
You have to
unless
fight
the
the
tutorial
lock,
explicitly says.
yeah,
yeah.
and
Big boss.
there's a chest that you're going to want to open up because it contains a basic support gem.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You not have any weapons equipped?
We have one.
Oh, at the dagger, I see. So one,
Is there a
two?
dodge?
No.
two.
Your
you
dodge
have-
is circle strafing, sir.
you can't. There are skills that you can pick up that
You,
allow
you
you
have
to do
health
that.
potions, by the way. One,
Dashes
2,
and
and
stuff.
5.
But
Oh.
that being said, yeah, Hillock actually has a surprisingly responsive hitbox when I was messing around with him. He only hits you if his sword actually hits you. So try to stay away from his sword arm.
And hitting them, and then it go up, Corey. By the way, or up. You just go to save and export.
Oh. Should I sign in?
Yeah, that'll make it easier for you.
Okay.
Cloud Flare.
Verified. I hit BRB.
Well, I meant like Cloud Flare. But are you human?
That is cool. Alright.
And now you go to the other window. Yeah, use right click as your attack. Also, you can press tab if you want the map like to be up. Yeah, that might. It's
You can make it more I don't recall exactly what I did to my settings, but I did something that made it so that it's just a mostly transparent outline. So, basically exactly like Diablo 2's. It worked much better, in my opinion.
so Ethan, you can back away from history after you swing.
So you can actually dodge some
Or, I forget, is he left or right-handed? Because if you circle strafe away from his sword, he'll whiff all his attacks.
You'll want to turn down the landscape transparency. Yeah, that's it was right above the other window right now.
Turn that up. Alright. Alright. So mine, Justin, did I pretty much do everything?
Yeah, you go to your other window, the other tab, and then you click the X, and then you just click refresh
Then I click refresh.
on the it opened up another tab.
Oh, I see.
Click refresh on that tab.
I see.
Then you click create new filter or save. You don't have to check public. You do need a name.
Ah.
Up.
Name.
And then you just click that. Yeah.
Alright.
And now you can close it. And now that you have one, you won't have to worry about making it there as much. So you go to menu.
Hit 1, heal.
I see it.
Options. Setting.
You game
Okay.
item filter.
Oh,
Item filter.
there you are. Semi-sweet. Save. Perfect.
There you go. You won, Ethan.
Yay!
killed him.
I didn't die.
Not quite.
Well, I mean, I died a few times, but
Ooh,
I'm still
that
here.
sword is an ID, so you got to use a scroll of wisdom like Diablo 2. We don't have Deckard Cain in this.
It turns out Rayclass is a nasty place. He's already dead.
You have his scrolls on the bottom right of your inventory slots. If you want to ID them, so you can use them.
Oh,
I know
there it
you,
is.
the blasphemer.
Right click
That's
and
what
left
my father
click.
called you. God
Yeah.
saw fit to drown my father and everyone else I ever loved.
More tanky.
I wonder what fate he has in store for you. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of Hillock, that putrid giant you felled out there. You know,
You could put it
back in
on
Oryth,
your
I was told
second
the god
one,
loved me.
so that way you
He
don't
has
have
a
to
funny way
finagle
of
with
showing his
anything.
love, doesn't he, Templar? Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's
Ooh,
ours.
finagle.
We could use you here while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's
Alright,
medicine
here
chest.
is where I'll help
I have
you.
many to care for. And there's
So
only
you
so
see
much
the
I can
like,
do with her.
if you
God hasn't
scroll in,
abandoned us.
Hold on, I took a photo so that I could see this.
yeah, you click that one,
Ha!
and then you click apply. Also scroll up. You can click and drag to move around the thing, but if you scroll up, it'll make it less overwhelming. You just zoom into where you can get to next.
Is there any other good loot in here that I should grab first?
The tutorial, nah, stuff's really bare bones.
I'm still surprised they have a PvP mode. ARPGs, or isometric ARPGs, do not work well with PvP.
Yeah,
But
so
yet
if you,
people seem to love them. The few 3 people that do. I don't get it.
see, it's not enough to have a build that can destroy all the giant monsters. You gotta have a build that can kill your friends, just so to assert your superiority.
Also, welcome to town, Ethan.
Seems a little laggy.
If you you think it's a laggy, if you press F1, you'll have like the stuff we can finagle with settings if you want. No, you have good FPS.
Weird.
Press F1
It's
again.
just briefly laggy.
Must be just a loading then. More FPS than me. Is Corey AFK?
He is AFK.
Okay.
I am glad I decided to make a second character to kill time.
So I think you'll get Splitting Steel. Because that is gonna be high level stuff. We don't have access to those yet. When I look at your build.
So yeah, if you go back to the PoE website, we went to.
Also, welcome back, Corey.
Thank you. So what are you looking for?
It has.
So if you go to hit skills.
Go to where it's.
Yeah. So hit Alt Tab again. Alt Tab to back to that. Then hit skills right there. All right, that will
And then
tell
go-
you what to get. So look, see if there's splitting. See if they have one of those splitting steel, faster attacks. Cleave, multi-strike. Derek, splitting steel. There you go.
Was everything alright, Corey?
Yeah, I just had to use the restroom and also, you know, quickly grab some boxes for Robin.
Work with Hillock.
I see.
Where'd you learn to fight like that?
All right, and for me, let me look at my skills. I am looking at.
I guess now is time to start adding people.
Rolling magma.
What is your character's name, Ethan?
My character's name? I just put my gamer tag on there.
Could you press S? Because I know there's like a username and right. Never mind. I can't see. It's right there. Because
Weird.
little B button, right?
Yep.
I need to make sure I type it right.
Still alive, are we?
All right, we're all
Stay sharp
here.
out there.
Oh, let me teleport your guys' instance. So if you hit that right there on Fire Friday, you'll that little blue logo. There you go. You're in his instance now.
We are in the same town.
Good old chaos damage.
So Orient's Ocelot is the only one who's not in our
Ordnance Ocelot, yes.
Ordnance Island. Ooh. All right. Should we go kill things? Go kill things.
Sounds good to me.
To the coast.
You can also just walk up. That's
My
where it is, but yes.
nightmares, they were prophecy.
All right.
We shall see if Ethan hits his stride here soon, like he had to with Diablo 2.
If you ever feel like you get overwhelmed by items in this game, there is item filter, Ethan. Don't wanna.
Or you can shut them off.
Now, admittedly, item filters are not super important in the early game, just
Yeah.
because. Yeah.
Is there a way to turn the like environment kind of like in
So like turn down the
yeah,
effects.
well, not the effects, but like spin the camera, I guess.
Not that I know of.
Dang.
This is very much like Diablo 3 and 2, where you can't do that. Or
Yeah.
4.
Diablo
None
2,
of
you were not able to spin the camera.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I imagine and D2 will be able to. I mean, at Path of Exile 2 we'll be able to.
I don't think so. There's WASD movement instead
Oh. Oh yeah.
as an option.
That'll be fun.
I actually quite like that.
Alright. I just need to start picking up stuff so I can at least have a basic armor.
We're not yet at the point where we can be picky.
Yeah, I just have to hold the alt. For it to push through that filter.
Just casually fighting coconut crabs.
They're deadly, you know?
They're savage.
It's the crab battle.
Especially when there's parasites on top of the crabs.
It's
I don't think we've gotten there yet.
it's landscape transparency will turn down and map. There we go. I do love how potions have a refresh rate. You don't have to go potion buying crazy. Oh,
Well,
System is generally an
Ah,
improvement.
the fire! Run
yeah,
away!
this person hurts. They like made it harder. I don't remember the beginning this hard.
Well, there are a lot of people here, so the enemy has some souped up numbers.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Oh,
Also, this character is quite deadly. Ow, 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 ow. There, rip. As I mentioned, quite deadly.
like a freight train.
dang.
And don't stand in the fire.
Fire hurts.
As they say, fire bad.
Up range. Oh my gosh.
If I wanted to die like this, I'd play a Dark Souls game.
Ooh. Yep, got caught in the fire rain. That hurt. I'm not dead yet.
Don't stay in the fire while I can stay far away and hit them. I don't hit them close. There we go. He's dead.
Did we tell Ethan how to use his new skill? Flint and steel.
Hey, is items shared?
Yeah.
Oh,
Would appear.
I thought they were.
I believe that's a setting that the party leader needs to change. Because admittedly, shared drops are a pain in the butt when stuff like currency drops.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see. Also, I think it is that one.
Here we are.
Also, we need Ethan, have you do you still have that gem that you got from a quest earlier?
Yeah, I'm holding on to that.
Yeah, under
Can
options.
you put it in your sword?
it's-
You want to
Yeah.
put it on your weapons to be able to use it, and it levels up. When you have it equipped, it will level up with you. So gyms have their own level up, and some gyms even have their own skill trees.
Wait, are you able to take gems out? Or
Yeah.
are they-
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, socketing is very easily reallocated.
You could just click it and it should go if it's the right color.
Gosh, this game would be
Just
mid
miss it.
if you couldn't freely reallocate gems.
Yeah. So you can put it where your other green gem on your main hand sword is. Just left click. Or yeah.
Ah.
And now you have the skill in your middle click. Would you rather have it be your right click? If you move your mouse to the bottom right, to the skills, you can
Magic
click it
wand.
and change which button does which skill.
Yeah.
Ah.
Is anyone playing an int character?
I am.
I think, yeah.
All right.
I need to find stuff that gives it.
Similarly, is
Maybe
anybody
my
playing
weakness.
melee who would like a two-handed maul?
I'll take it. Oh,
This-
hubba.
Try middle clicking because that is
Oh, a
gonna be your
waypoint.
main skill.
Oh, this must be the season thing.
With a talent for killing. Color me
Mhm.
shocked.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty cool season gimmick.
I made the others.
I had pulled up another character briefly just to having to do. Yeah, well, we were figuring out builds.
Appreciate
The season gimmick is that at the entrance of each map, there will be this
do what you
well,
and I'll
this
collect
special
those
marker,
interesting bodies you
which you will have a series of enemies that can appear on the map,
wield.
and a selection of modifiers that you can allocate amongst them.
You might call me the last true citizen of the Eternal Empire. Or you can call
Oh,
me
that's gonna be
Animal,
pain.
my
I
actual name. But I
We're going this way
suppose I
first.
do just call you
What?
Exile. So fair's fair.
Since the early game, I'm really not scared of the enemies having some extra numbers.
So I don't
It is
bother them.
specifically that enemy is
But
the
yours is
rows are quite
well,
painful.
I'll just say.
Well,
your
you
parents
can't.
must have
You're not stuck with whatever modifiers are
strange.
listed. Or rather, you're not stuck with the modifiers being on the monsters
Oh
that
yeah,
they're
I
on.
know,
You can
but all
reshuffle
three
them.
of them were bad.
Let's leave.
When I looked.
Yeah,
That
but
is
there
why
were
I brought it.
well, there were four different types of monsters, so you could choose one monster type that you thought was problematic and not have that one boosted.
Yep.
Anyways,
Oh,
I
well.
presume that the settings made by whoever first enters the map is what's going to get locked
Okay,
in.
yeah. I'm gonna have to wait then. Next
Okay,
time
so
you
we
guys
gotta.
figure it out.
So Ethan,
So
if you hit-
Ethan, you go up towards the waypoint, which we were at.
Oh, I was just looking around to see if there's any other loot.
Oh,
Loot is
Justin,
good.
do you happen to have a scroll of identify on you?
Yes, I do.
'Cause I
Okay,
Oh,
so
this
we're
way.
going now?
we're going this way.
Thank
So do
you.
you talk to this guy?
Yeah.
So he does the season.
Alright.
He's this season. So over here we're doing now the seasonal thing.
Do I need to click
Oh.
on any of the
Well, Justin,
No.
things?
No, that's just
it looks
him
like
talking.
you are building a melee
so.
weapon.
If you go here, this is where
I
we
am
went.
currently doing
Ah,
fire things.
alright. B-Bud. Yeah. Would you like a fancier sword?
I think I will take a fancier sword.
I think you might want to press Z also, Ethan. Was it Z? Because I know there's an option to make it so items appear on the ground.
It's alt. Oh, it is Z also. Yeah. Z is a toggle, alt is a hold.
Also, yeah. Also, Ethan, you see the like little 2 slashes on the bottom right?
Yeah, here, give me just a moment.
Okay.
I'll just have to mess with the map because I can't see it now.
Yeah, understandable.
Good thing this is not timed. Huh.
There we go. Okay, what am
You
I
see the
looking
2
at?
slashes on the bottom right? Click
Yes.
that. Click that. And then you can change the skill that's on your right cursor. Hit the like one that looks like the one on your middle mouse. Up left, flip it. You see the menu that pops up?
Ah, yeah.
That's how you can change which skill is on what button.
Khan has removed the eternal stone from this coast. The Empire's citizens decorate our meeting houses with their heads. Our warriors build homes for our families. Our families till the earth, fish the waters, fill the air with song. The card we wave is yet a seedling here, but it grows. blooms in
It's
fire
Path of the audiobook.
every day. Has kept his promise.
Yeah.
The time
Nothing. Honestly, I do like that games have generally moved towards that kind of discovered more being audiobooks so that you can hit them and keep moving.
Yeah.
Is the game back to? Is it not back? Is the game on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
On
it-
personal allocation,
Personal
yeah.
allocation, okay.
Though it does look like low tier stuff like white items are still free for all, which okay. But yeah, like I did see some currency earlier that was grayed out, so yeah.
Yes, fire. Fire everywhere. Burn.
Burn, burn,
Burn, ice person. Burn. I'll just take the quest reward requirement.
Take those relatively low profile magic items to sell to get some basic currency going.
Oh, look, a bunch of white items on the floor.
We just knew. Here, I'll open the portal up. So we could do a vendor run. No?
We will
Alright.
need to go back to town anyways because we picked up a quest item.
Yeah.
This is true.
Unless there's a waypoint. Is there a waypoint on this side? Or is a waypoint just one right below? Oh,
It was where we were at earlier.
okay.
I I'd almost stopped believing
Ooh,
in
movement
miracles.
speed booster.
This medicine chest. It's greater
Oh
than
no.
the Serums and
Oh
Telfar.
no. I
It
forgot
tells us that
about
we can
this.
do more in Rayclass than merely suffer. I've not much to offer in return, but
People,
please,
why?
take something in thanks for.
As your suffering amuses them.
Yes, I do believe that is quite legitimately.
Barrage Archer support. When you hit an enemy with an arrow from the support skill, summon a Barrage Archer that uses that skill. Okay. Yeah, I like this.
Skills. They're all support. Oh, wait. So Arcane Surge. Arcane Surge, just rolling magma.
I do recommend the Quicksilver Flask, which is the third one. That's what you're wondering. Because you get to go run fast.
Get the speed.
Bed.
Zoom, zoom. Vroom. Also, don't be afraid to ask about what you should do, or if you want us to tell you instead of you having to look it up, because I'm fine with looking.
I like the first time, like the last time we played, I went through this. It is like being thrown into a deep end of water. I get it. It's a lot.
It is
I was
definitely
there.
a lot of stuff.
But these are the people who went like it's like in-game Warframe if you had a skill tree, and then trying to help someone build towards in-game stuff if there was.
Yeah. Oh, but luckily Warframe, I don't think Warframe has a skill tree besides theirs.
For the operator, it was.
Hmm.
I don't think it matters which one you pick in that case, so. At
Wait,
least it
I'm
could-
assuming you can't put a green gem
Yep,
thing
gem
in a red slot.
color. Well, they have to match color unless you got lucky and found a colorless socket, but I'd be surprised if you found one of those this early. Generally, the color will correspond to whether it's a dex, might, or intelligence item. Like for example, my bow has all 3 sockets green, and it would take a fair bit of effort to acquire one that had a lot of red or blue sockets.
There we go.
All right, I'm back at the coast. I went back to the portal. Whenever you guys are ready, I'm waiting for you.
We're done with the tidal island. We
Wait.
want to go to the coast.
You just go to the waypoint and then you.
Oh, I see. So I see. So we're done. Okay.
I'm so used to sometimes clearing these areas,
Yeah.
but we don't have to
Well,
do that.
It might be more practical for you to just kind of bounce off character select, then walking back out. Nah, never mind. You're here.
You just click the blue flashing
Yeah, that makes sense.
light.
I forget that's a feature. I'm used to D2 limitations.
I mean, D2, you go back to the main city too. There.
Yeah, I mean like not the whole like
Alright.
hit portal on their name.
Can you hit that? Okay. I guess we're going with whatever's in there.
All right, so now we're going to the mud flats. Oh,
Yep.
cool.
We're following Ethan. Me and Corey are just throwing fireballs everywhere.
I just found some wool gloves.
Yo!
Well, I gotta start somewhere.
I like
Well,
wool.
That's Ethan's stick right now. He likes wool.
Yeah, I'm currently wearing wool socks and wool shirts.
Oh, good luck with that.
It's not bad.
Hopefully you're at least very warm.
It's a merino wool shirt. It feels as comfortable as a cotton shirt, but it's wool.
The path becomes clearer with each bloody stain.
It breathes really well, and it doesn't stink either.
Say it breathes wool.
It breathes really well.
Well.
Ding.
Anyways, I picked up the Rosa's glyph from the Roa nest. Here's the Halitosis glyph. There's a chromatic orb up here for whoever it actually is.
It was definitely not mine. I think it was Ethan.
It was mine actually. It like opened up to me when I got there.
Also, Ethan, when you see the flashing green pluses on the right of your screen, don't be afraid to click them. When
Oh.
your inventory's close. Who died?
It was me.
Who did a death scream? I heard that.
I got surrounded.
Lego Yoda death sound.
I was imagining David say, "Well then, don't get surrounded."
Not quite the note of don't stand in the fire, so.
Oh, big name right here.
Who's back? Oh, don't forget to heal, because they're
He's
being
toxic.
near it does the damage. Ah! Didn't walk out of the way
Oh.
fast enough.
Hatchet. Graphic robe.
A fancy bow that has a lot of sockets on it.
Got better base stats, but oh, I don't have the dexterity to use these yet.
Huh.
Fortunately, my current leveling path get doesn't pick up dexterity till it looks like level 7.
Hmm.
At which point it hits the Art of the Gladiator node and gains 20 dex. Well,
That'd be a lot of death.
yeah. It's, you get one of those, not sure if if they're significant or what the term is, but notable. Yep, there it is. Multi-shot's definitely the right play for this particular.
Ooh. Okay, here's whoever's dex base. Any of you guys dex base?
Yep.
Okay.
I think they both are.
All right, so I'll just drop it by Lil B Bud. Found a nice little yellow hat.
So you go straight. Yep. You go down there. Magic button. And a hat. What? If you hold control when hovering over it, it'll like do a compare.
What? I'll compare.
But in your inventory when you're hovering over it.
Is there a button to like if you switch armors to transfer the gems?
I do not believe so.
You need to move them over manually.
Okay.
And Ethan, don't be afraid to ask if you need it. Also, I can't hear Ethan.
Oh, I'm just not talking.
Okay.
He's a very quiet man. This quiet things.
I'm a man of few words,
All right. Well,
but many.
yeah, we
names.
found. I believe we found the way forward. So.
Okay. I have no idea what
Oh.
you just did.
This corpse will do. Full of anguish. Just how we
Oh, it's all like
Hmm.
keep making
mystical
them,
fiery.
and I'll keep scooping them.
See?
When we've got enough, we can perform certain rites of the necropolis. Visit me, and there'll be
So I believe
something in
we
it
want to
for
go
you.
up to the
No
fetid pool
questions.
because we've got a side quest there.
Okay.
All alone once again.
So we have to. So you're saying let's go north?
Yep.
All right. Like northeast. There we go. Yep.
Where I am.
Ooh, that's where he's telling us to go. That's cool.
The archers should be nice and squishy. I'll give them the increased life, and that shouldn't do them any good.
Okay. Wait for people.
Oh, we don't have to explore the full map, do we?
No.
No.
Ooh, a chest with a stone axe.
Oh, you could drag it. Interesting. Even I can drag it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, grants 20% physical damage is extra lightning damage.
Okay, so where are we going now?
So
We're going
yeah,
up
Going
this
through
way.
the door.
what you're
Yes.
fiddling with would be what you would see if you went through the door to the mud flats. Though I don't think those modifiers would apply because we already have people in there.
Oop. I see.
Also, Ethan, you see where it says click to level up on the right?
Oh, yeah. Should probably click those. Might be a good idea.
Leveling up is generally fine. Up.
Oh, what? I'm out. Oh, it totally brings me to like a different instance of fetid pools. That's interesting. What the heck? Oh, there we go.
Ethan, don't forget to heal and back up a bit. Your middle click skill gives you some range, so you can back up and hit them from further away if you need to.
You want that two-hander back? Because
It was just a purple a blue that I found that seemed like you'd care. I'm certainly not going to use it.
Is it Ethan following the same build as you, David?
Yes, though, rather than do melee for the first couple levels as it recommended, I decided to say, screw it, I'm just going to use caustic arrows.
Honestly, fair enough.
Someone's worth a chance.
I've got a chance.
Oh, we got a pack of elites. Ow, ow,
Spicy.
ow.
Very spicy. I'm seeing the health drop very fast.
Yeah, they got me surrounded, and it did not feel good.
I'm guessing this league just started.
Yes,
Yes.
literally today.
Oh, perfect timing.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's why I
thought it
was
was
actually
deliberate.
surprised you wanted to play Path of Exile. It's almost like I was like, oh, very convenient timing on that one. It was funny. There's a shiny hat on the floor for you to pick up, Ethan.
What are when gems are connected to a weapon? Does the spell get extra damage?
So the gems inside them have to be linked to each other.
I'm talking about like so
Okay,
like.
so it does not matter what item your gems are in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. It doesn't matter which.
Indeed,
item it is.
oftentimes your attack spell is going to end up being in your armor simply because that tends to have more sockets, and so you can get more links.
All of us being ranged and it doesn't know where to go.
Where is
A yellow
Bobby
sword.
Fischer? I don't know. I don't know.
Who?
Bobby Fischer is like a famous chess player.
Ah.
With Morals referencing.
There you go. You can put it even in your. Yeah. Now you have 2 yellow items in your hands.
Oh, hold on.
You can also put the gems in your swords into your like chest piece and stuff for space. And it's fine because it'll still give you the skill with all the buffs on and it's in your armor like that.
Alright, is he summoning them? Or he just happen to be...
He's
I
just
do believe so.
he's just very durable too.
What?
My fire is bad. It doesn't catch things that burn. I need more burn. Oh my. Man, I definitely need some intelligence for all this stuff we're picking up.
What goes, so it goes.
That needs 29 intelligence. I can't afford that.
Requires more of a brain than I can afford.
Yeah, that's pretty much my issue too.
Those control the computer. There we go.
Brains.
Oh, I see. That's why that thing's special, because it has one of each slot. So I'll get a fancy ore for it.
Dexterity acquired. Time to
Nice.
equip a better bow.
I remember them saying they added like secrets in the campaign or something. Also, I do remember seeing that in the patch notes, so there might be hidden
Well.
areas now.
Being secrets, I suppose I wouldn't know where they are.
Yeah, neither would I, but I do know they exist. So now I have to keep my eye out for them.
Yeah, fire just has more area effect. Oh, you're another fancy. Let's freeze that. Man, the other people have quite the loot ninja skills over me right now. Oh, that's why.
Is the reason why there was much ninja looting is because you didn't have the space to do the loots?
Right.
Yeah, quest isn't done yet. We're still missing a couple mooks in here. So I guess fan out, find it, kill it dead.
Murder.
Yeah, I saw some back this way.
Oh, there we
Oh.
go.
It all cleared up. It doesn't look all moody and
All right, popping portal.
gloomy. No more mood,
So,
gloom and gloom.
as you can tell, gems are what the currency is in this game.
Also, it is painful. But incidentally, it's orbs their currency, not gems.
Orbs. Oh,
But
yep. Orbs. You're right.
Physical based
Yeah.
currencies.
yeah, it's painful. But at this very early stage of the game, you're not going to have enough scrolls to identify everything. So if you've got magic items that you don't think anybody's going to particularly want, just sell them unidentified. It'll at least get you transmutation shards, which will get you off the floor.
I need level 7 for that and 29 intelligence for that. Pain. Oh. amulet with intelligence. I'm saved. The amulet gave me smarts.
You know what? I think I could really use that. A
Huh.
decoy.
Oh, I see. All right, I can't equip things while at the vendor.
Okay, now I can actually use skills. So
Game's how you put points in the minions. I don't have minion points. I don't have minions yet. Whoa. Hello, Mimic. That's a fun little
Hello.
thing someone got.
Goodbye.
All right. Does everybody have rings?
I don't have any.
no, sir.
Oh, well, in that
They have
case,
been looted right in front of me.
Oh,
So there's
Ooh.
a stash. I don't know if you
Man.
noticed, but there is a stash in town.
Oh yeah, I put my stuff in there.
Okay.
I had too much loot.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'll have to save up to ID that ring.
What little help I can offer.
So where are we going now?
You talk to everyone.
Passage doesn't look like I've spent enough. A necromancer. I've traveled inland.
So it gives you a book of passive respecs. You could just click on it, and you don't have, and you just hold on to it to a day that you need to use it. But it'll just be there on your passive skill tree.
just makes you better.
Better.
All right, so
Ooh.
waypoint. Just go to the coast. Probably coast and mudflats. Probably better, but probably best.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just gonna go back right now. Do my portal just to pick up. Does my portal permanently stay there, or does it close once I go back?
It closes when you go back.
Okay, someone wants to. I don't know. There was some loot left, but that's okay. We don't have to go too hardcore about the loot.
Did I hear loot?
Yes, you did. All right. Ooh, hello there, Totem.
Are we going back to get loot?
No,
No.
we're hit waypoint. There's always loot. This game is. You know how Fortnite people explode into towers? This game people explode into rains of loot.
The blue button, sir. There is no waypoint available on there, so you have to go back to the coast. We walk
Yep.
over there. Hello.
I guess David's still. Oh, mudflats. My bad. For some reason, my brain was thinking mudflats was the place that we literally just cleared. Huh.
Just entering the area so that I could get the modifiers set and all that jazz.
I'm surprised the instance resets.
We were out of it long enough.
Yep.
Nice, someone got a unique bow.
Someone got lucky. The lucky person, though.
Actually, I
That
picked
is
it up, but
either-
someone else can pick it up. And I also don't have any identification scrolls.
Well, we can identify it once we get back in town. Anyways,
And then
so
I gave it to Ethan.
Ethan's not the one who picked it up, I'm afraid.
Oh, never
But
mind.
I can hand it over to Ethan if you were intending it for him.
No, you're also. I thought you guys look
I
the
can
same.
wait.
You guys look the same, so my brain just. You guys look alike.
Wow.
All so there's an orb. I'll just pick it up. Never mind.
Stuff like orbs are are the ones that are account bound. So if you can pick it up, it's yours.
Yep.
Whoa! I am running.
Understandably.
Okay, I'm trying to lead him up here.
Distracto Totem! Defend me! Take one of those rustic sashes. Ooh. Yeah, Silver Branch is pretty good. Pretty good.
Excuse me.
Whoa, this game actually gets pretty pretty if you beef up everything.
Okay, there she did not expect
Also, Ethan, if you press 3, you'll use the Quicksilver Flask, and that makes you run faster. That's what that does.
And I was running.
Alright, so looking at our missions, we want to get to the Flooded Depths. It looks like the exit is to the right. So
Yeah, I see the exclamation mark.
There's a scroll of wisdom that I can't grab. Oh, now I can.
I'm gonna head back and help Ethan. Also, Ethan, don't forget to press 5 to gain mana so you can do your damage again.
or do that.
That also gains mana. Ah! They freeze! No wonder why you're having issues. They hurt.
Ooh. There's a Quicksilver flask down here if someone wants to even do more zooms.
I'll use it. Yeah, I had decided to pick up a mana flask when given the opportunity because I've been burning mana pretty hard. So nice. 9 rank for someone. It's a bit more physical damage to make the world go splat.
Alright, so we're going towards the exclamation point, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's an exclamation point?
At least
I
on mine.
see a door on the map, but
On mine, there's the exclamation point over here.
alright.
But it looks like our friends are still fighting, so aid to Gondor.
Ooh.
They were minor
Whoa,
enemies, they're already dead.
shoes.
Alright.
I like wool.
Alright, if you guys come over here, this is the next area. We don't need to clear the map. If we do that, Corey will be falling asleep.
You might be falling asleep a bit because Ethan needs to learn. So
True.
Okay, which
Okay.
these look like they're the most important enemies.
and that is fine. Taking his time is.
Yeah, no,
there's
he's taking his time.
No issue with it.
I was just... So hit the exclamation point.
Locked in a 400% enemy loot drops for one of the enemy types in here, so. So we also apparently have a mini boss that's going to show up once we kill some mook.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess you have been warned.
Always hit the waypoint so you have it saved.
There is a superior two-handed mace over here.
I'll look at it. Oh, I guess that we already killed it. Oh, we can visit the necropolis.
Well, we had killed a lesser enemy, but I don't think that was the one that were.
Oh, we didn't have the
Well.
required quest state. What's up, Logan?
Looks. This is a nice cozy corner.
Huh? Okay. All right, guys. I'm quickly going to say goodnight to Bailey. I'll be back.
All right.
Sound like my little boo.
How are you already level 8, Corey? Oh, you both are. Oh, it's probably because. And stuff. I
I
am a
think you might get a
spawns
bit
me.
more XP for getting the actual kill. That or
Maybe.
there might be a limit of your proximity for actual XP gains. I don't know.
That's possible also.
And there you go.
Huzzah! Do I go up here? Oh, this gives Dex and Intel immediately. Yes, I'm going to. Excuse me.
No. Crimes are unforgivable.
The glory of the decoy totem.
Yup. Seems like a pretty important pickup if I'm trying to be ranged. Especially since right now I'm finding a kind of gimped shortish range.
Pain. Man, that's tanky.
Fell eventually.
Not you.
Most of the time she'll sleep in her room. So question. I was just thinking. You guys waiting for me?
Yeah, I think so. I know we're running around.
We can have 3.
Bailey sleep in our room. Bed's gonna be open. Also, you want to right click that button. Oh, also one other thing. Can you hear me, Logan? One other thing. So I was planning after Eucharist and Communion to start breaking stuff down, but if you guys help, it shouldn't take too long. All we need to do is just unplug the cords, group them, and then we'll just zip tie. Like we'll group each cord with their computer sets. Then we'll just zip tie those cords together, and then pretty much just have everything disconnected and just group that. So I'm fine. Staying awake until I'm fine waiting until one of you guys say I'm done for the night. So once one of us says we're done for the night, then we're all done for the night. How's that sound? Sound good? Good to you then?
Yeah.
So once one of you guys are done for the night, that's when we'll say, all right, let's go break stuff down. Does that sound?
Yeah.
So I can only do that if you guys will help break things down. You guys gonna help me break things down. All right. It is time.
I do know that moving usually takes a lot longer than you expect. So.
Well, with more hands, it always makes it a lot easier. All right. So
Northwest.
I'm back.
Looking back.
So how do we want to do this on here? So I've talked to Logan and Ethan. And so when one of us is ready to crash, then we'll all call it and then start breaking stuff down in here.
Okay.
So it might give us a little more time. Because of that, since we started a little bit later, we started figuring things out. How about we do Eucharist and Communion at 10 my time? So about half an hour a little later than usual.
I could do that.
It also depends on your guys' energy level. How's your energy level? You later, house.
That was good.
Steven?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So at 10 o'clock my time, we'll do Eucharist and Communion, and then we'll see after that. See if people want to still keep staying up. All right. So, are you guys are at the ledge?
Yeah.
Teleport to your location.
Let's see if there is a.
Was there a waypoint on this submerged passage?
No.
No, that I saw.
Submerged passage. I thought there was. It was like right as soon as you go over that edge from the entrance It's
There was one like right as we entered the original spot, like
Oh, okay.
inside the waterfall, but not anywhere past.
Oh, I gotta go back to town to get a reward for breaking the eggs. Do I have a portal? Or go in town?
There is a waypoint
Oh,
in this area.
well, I portaled.
Okay.
Well, I do need to empty my inventory too.
mm.
Oh yeah.
Process.
Okay.
So I have no idea how the flavor's gonna be, but
Sounds like an adventure.
yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, like the dough itself, I used olive oil, but after that, kind of ran out, so I had to switch to a different oil. Just baking. And then also like coating it, so it'll be interesting.
What little help I can. Take care.
All right. Oh, and quest turn in.
Now that you've drained that passage,
Oh, all right. I was like, man, people have abilities that I don't have. What's going on? Oh, there's a quest turn in. Oh, cross bomb.
Yeah, I was just mindlessly scrolling through Facebook and just that popped up. It's like, oh yeah,
That one has two.
I got
needs
some
blues.
Upgrade speed.
Yep.
How was young adult roots, Logan?
He has been sucked into the world of Geometry Dash.
I'm going to need to save him before it's too late. It may already
Only
be
if-
too late.
I do believe so.
Then I suppose euthanasia is the only option.
All right. Little bee bud. We're just waiting for you. I can't go back through the portal until.
Okay. Oh, and then talk to the guy. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
this is neither the time nor the place.
Oh, I'm such a silly goose. I'm gonna use the arcane hammer, and that's like not even like what they gave you, the glacier hammer, but it's like not even. I guess, yeah, purely intellect. Okay, cool. Misunderstood there for a second.
It does look like you use Ancestral Protector.
Use Ancestral Protector.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what it is on your thingy-majig. It looks like you do have another red socket on your other sword for it.
There we go. Oh.
And dash.
If I use the face portals to like, if I use the face portal, would that close my town portal?
Hold on, I'm coming.
The
no.
face portal?
The portal on your portrait.
The teleport to friend.
Oh, no, I don't. I am uncertain about that.
Oh. Well, I just used it, so we'll see now.
Also,
Oh,
now,
look,
Ethan, your Q button summons a thing that will hit things with you.
I must have time.
And your W is now a pseudo dodge. It's more like a dash. Quite literally.
I always love it when just to begin the game, when a splinter wood is like just really like a splinter wooden shield is just really good shield.
Or at least this is the best you've got access to at the moment.
Yeah, but I'll pick it up. Bomb. Purge. Rolling magma. Fiend. I just picked up a small life flask. Would anyone want it?
Not really.
Okay. I'm doing
No,
two
thank you, sir.
health, 2 mana, and a movement speed. Hoping that's well, large mana.
Pretty sure.
Would you want like a small mana flask?
I think I'm good for now.
Did I collect it?
Do it.
Oh.
Don't
Or-
forget to hit collect too, Ethan. There you go.
Okay, that hurt.
All right.
Must have time to gather.
Oh, gosh darn. Oh. So did we all do we actually join 2 different instances? Oh no, wait, never mind. Waiting for Little B Bud. Cool.
See.
Cause I actually joined a different instance when I messed with the lantern stuff.
Yeah, generally, you want whoever, whoever's going through first to be the one to set the
Yeah.
lantern.
All right, just know no one's here, David. So you're getting XP while no one else
sorry.
does. There we go. We're all here. So how you feel about them working on a second my gosh, what's it called? There's a scroll of wisdom here, by the way. Oh, just opened up to me. How do you feel about them making a third, Guild Wars?
I did not know that they were doing so.
Yeah.
And I await with cautious optimism.
Someone died.
That would be me.
I do believe that was. Yeah. At what point? Okay, so level 28 is when he gets to meet Sub-Zero.
And those things zoom.
Why are skeletons associated with wheels?
That is a good point.
That is a really good question.
Oof.
Oh, dinged.
There's something ominous here. A
Yeah.
Legion encounter.
Oh, hello there. So we click the thingy. Does a thingy?
We will definitely want to get everybody to be ready to fight before we do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got wheels.
If I remember how these things work correctly, because
You,
you poke it, a whole bunch of enemies frozen in crystal or something will spawn. Yeah, and you break out as many as you can. Because the more you break out, yeah, the more you have to fight, but the more loot you get.
Hmm. Oh.
What happened, Ethan?
I died. That is what happened.
Do we not keep an eye on your
Oh,
health?
dear.
I mean, part
I'm
of
not
the issue
used
is
to
that
having to reach up to the numbers.
Huh?
I'm not used to having to reach up to where the numbers are on the keyboard.
Ah. You know, you could bind those to whatever, dude. Bind those to whatever you want to.
Ah, I'm too lazy.
considering binding them to some of the later numbers so that I can... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Anyways, you guys are going to want to come back here so we can do the whole Legion thing. B-Bud?
His inventory managing.
He's rebinding.
Nope.
Oh,
he
he's
is
inventory.
inventory managing.
Ah, I see.
Alright. Here we go. Our trial begins.
Woohoo!
Ah, I'm running. I'm running.
And I was running.
Man, that is a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we get the good stuff for doing the hard thing.
Right.
Inventory was already pretty full before we started that.
Ooh, wisdom.
Happily take a large life flask. Actually, we've got people who want to be in melee. They probably want the large life flask.
Here's some gloves for someone that does melee attacks.
I don't know. Those look pretty dexy.
Yeah, very dexy, but
I want to go to the waypoint and go back to town. Actually, I'm just going to be lazy and just summon a portal.
Understandable.
Oh, thank you for doing it for me. Yeah,
true
if you,
laziness,
so
having someone else do it for
so
you.
going back with the base portal when you can, like still keeps the still keeps the portal there. Figured out.
Big useful way to just make sure we don't strand people in town.
Yeah, if you're like just. Man, I always forget that you can't mess with gems when you're at the vendor.
What little help I can offer.
Look at the numbers. Oh wow. A lot bigger numbers. Make sure we. Oh, 35 strength. Yep, I don't do strength anymore.
Are you saying that muscles are for other people?
So right now I just only been getting intellect. So.
Bless you, Ethan.
He heard you.
Oh, I think that was Logan.
That was Logan. Yeah.
Okay. Well, bless you, Logan, then. Couldn't tell it was still in the background. I forgot Logan was there.
Bless you are hot.
Yes? Take care. Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, this will do for now.
Right. I'm looting. I'm looting. Always looting, looting. It's like sometimes I want to equip a white item when it gives me more like blue slots.
Sometimes it does work out. Sometimes.
Yeah. Turns out slots are somewhat non-negotiable.
Yes?
And that guy looks cool.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Oh, you're already able to pull out the totems, I see.
No, these are just shrapnel ballistae.
Ah.
It's just I wanted to use shrapnel ballistae, so I am.
Understandable.
See if Mirage Archer works with. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, we've got 3 out of 4. And we can keep moving.
Oh, we're here. Nice.
Ethan, you need to heal.
Heal, Ethan.
Oh, it wasn't going fast enough.
My mana is spent.
Oh.
Nice.
A fire arrow quiver for you guys.
There it is.
Is none of us strength? At this very moment, yeah, none of us
I
are strength.
suppose not.
Ah! We got drove over. It's like a unicycle game instead of motorcycle.
Right, off to the lower prisons.
In this cage, evil claws at the bars and howls for freedom.
Ooh, a large flask. Over my small. Look at that, Ethan. We took on that big dude, just us.
Not bad.
So much proudness in my chest right now for us. Right. Go back to town. Do a quick inventory clean. Come back to the. Oh, Nessie. Oh. Nessie has something to say to me.
The tale of Brutus was a popular.
Oh, here we go. Skills.
first one makes you swing faster. Yeah. It's also the one you use later too. It's up to you though.
There's a fine line.
Should probably double check what all. Yeah, skills I'm expected to be using here.
Yeah. Should we? I don't know, like what else would be good for Ethan.
Oh. Heck.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just a silly goose and actually sold my. I actually sold the weapon. As I went out of trade, and I sold the weapon I had equipped to equip a staff, and then I just absolutely minded sell the staff.
Oh, that's not ideal.
Yeah, it's a silly goose moment. Yes.
Yes? Take care. Yes? Be well.
Come to hear your poem? Greetings.
Alright, all the I think be Kieran and go use my fist spells.
And Ethan, don't feel afraid to sell the loot you don't want to vendors.
Because actually the loot that you sell is like is the currency, and that's how you also get wisdom scrolls and things like that.
Okay.
And I think it's shift
Does-
clicked.
Something
Shift-
like that.
Shift click is the
Also,
fast.
the skill you want is the one with a running person to your center of your screen.
Are you talking about Dash?
No, he's looking at the passive skill tree right now.
Are you calling it, Logan? No? Okay. Okay, cool. You'll just let us know when you're ready to call it. Oh, okay. Wait, I'll let you know. Just if you feel like you're yeah, we're doing it in a few minutes, actually in a minute. When you're reading in Eucharist.
Well, we are at we just hit a waypoint more.
Yeah, we did. We just hit a waypoint. So this is a good moment to pause. All right, I'm just gonna close the game, and I don't know if the rest of the gang here will have energy after reading in Eucharist, so.
Well, you said you had to do stuff anyways.
Yeah. I'm just saying I'm ready to be tired tomorrow. So I'm cool however the grip feels. But if one of us is ready to call it, then I'm cool with that too. right, we're in Matthew. Scooby doop dooba doop dibba dabba doo ya. Huh? Does Sprite have caffeine in it? No. Sprite's just sugar.
Hmm? Yes, I did. I just sealed it because there's ants in the area.
They're just all up in the drinks and stuff.
All right. Justin, David, you guys ready to read?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Justin? I mean, I said Justin. I meant Ethan.
Yes.
Don't mind me. Logan? All right.
Didn't he say he was leaving?
No, Logan's here. He was about to go watch a movie, but he wants to do this first.
Okay.
All right. I feel like it's been a while with the reading. You don't mind starting our time with a good prayer? Sweet. Logan will lead us in the prayer, and then Ethan hit it off with the reading.
Jesus, I pray that you open our eyes to the scripture and reveal to us what this passage, whatever it is, has to say to us. And bring us to the truth and the light that you offer, Jesus, by your death and resurrection. And that's why we take communion. And thank you that we have the writings of the ancient, as Corey says, the writings of the ancients. And yeah, it's just a blessing, Lord. And thank you for all the freedom we have.
Amen. Matthew 21, verses 12 through 22. Jesus went into the temple and threw out all the people who were buying and selling in the temple. He upturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of the dove sellers. This is what the Bible says. He said to them, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a brigand's lair." The blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the scribes saw the remarkable things he was doing, and the children shouting out, "Hosanna to David's son," in the temple, they were very cross. "Do you hear what they're saying?" they asked Jesus. "Yes," said Jesus. "Did you never read what it says? You called forth praise to rise to you, from newborn babes and infants too." Then he left them and went out of the city to Bethany, where he stayed the night. Early the next morning, Jesus went back to the city. He was hungry. He saw a single fig tree beside the road, but when he came up to it, he found nothing on it except leaves. "May nobody eat your fruit ever again," he said to it. Instantly, the fig tree withered up. The disciples saw it and were astonished. "Look how quickly the fig tree has withered up," they said. "I'm telling you the truth," replied Jesus. "If you have faith and don't doubt, you will not only be able to do this to a fig tree, but if you say to this mountain, 'Be lifted up and thrown into the sea,' it will happen. Whatever you ask in prayer, you'll get it if you believe."
What do you guys think they were doing at the temple to piss off Jesus so much?
Well, if I remember correctly about the money changers, the only money that they accepted at the temple was like temple gold. So there was like an exchange rate, and they were doing that for a profit. And then same thing with the dove sellers. Yeah, I think that was because it was considered like a false image or something like that.
The other people in the group didn't hear your question, so they don't know what you're doing in response,
Oh
Ethan.
yeah, Logan, speak into the microphone.
I said, does denarii have to do with any of this?
Speak.
Yeah,
My brother in Christ, we are waiting for your words.
So a denarii had a per subscription, and it'll say in Latin like the divine one, pretty much. Yeah. And so it is believed that that money was not welcome in the temple because you are not allowed to make any images of God. And here you have a coin which says pretty much the emperor is God, because especially at that time, emperors, kings were connected to the gods. So if I was remembering right, Ethan, you're saying that what pretty much one thing that we think angered Jesus was they will do an exchange rate of the Roman money with the temple money, and they'll do it at such a high level for it to make a profit.
Yeah, at least that's what I've heard.
And also things with pigeons.
Yeah.
So what things with pigeons again?
Basically the same thing. They'd like sell it for a profit.
I see.
Instead of just selling it like, as an exchange.
So you're saying that they were seeing that the temple more as a way to make
money.
Make money. Not a place to worship.
Mm-hmm.
I always like NT writes like British really comes out when you use cross. They're very cross.
Oh yeah. Definitely seeing that.
I was like, wow, NT Wright, way to like flaunt the lot. Now, what the heck's going on with the fig tree? Like, was he just angry at a fig tree? Do you think there's any symbol with that?
I was actually watching a video about, well, I heard someone's thoughts that the fig tree is Israel. You ever heard of that? And how it's bearing no fruit. So Jesus coming to destroy it.
Yeah. So you think the fig tree is a representation of Israel? Mm-hmm. And I just spilled Diet Pepsi all over me. It's like anointing oil going down my beard.
Anointed with diabetes.
Hey, it's Diet Pepsi, so it's okay.
Oh, yes.
No, it's just diabetes pretending not to be.
Hey, I may live long, but cancer will sustain me. I'll be a preserved fig when I get old.
You'll be all withered up just like the fig tree.
So, any like pokes at what the heck Jesus is saying on verse 21? I'm telling you the truth. Replied Jesus, if you have faith and don't doubt, you'll not only be able to do this to a fig tree, but if you say to this mountain, be lifted up and thrown into the sea, it will happen. Whatever you ask in prayer, you'll get it if you believe. How are we supposed to tackle that? Just pray for mountains to just eat themselves?
I mean, I think it would have to kind of line up with what God would want. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't happen.
Well,
because I mean, there's good stuff and bad stuff that you can pray for,
mhm.
and knowing what is, good. That would be acceptable.
Any thoughts, David? Justin?
No.
Not at this time, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I was thinking just right now, and this is just me thinking. I haven't heard anyone say this, or maybe someone said this, and maybe that's why I'm thinking it. But if you say to this mountain, Jerusalem was built on the mountain. So he's saying this mountain be lifted up and thrown into the sea. The sea was a symbol of chaos, which is just going to happen since the fig tree represents Israel, and it's going to wither up. It's chaos taking over. So it's the same with the mountain. It's going to be swallowed up in the chaos because of their rebellion. So when I read that right now, I read that metaphorically, because like the moment that, especially in the book of, when we read the book of Acts, where the Holy Spirit hits them, like they were thrown into chaos. And about 40 years after Jesus' death and resurrection, like Israel gets stomped out, Jerusalem gets stomped out by the Romans. They got so tired of the rebellion. So for me, when I'm reading right now, I see it connected with the fig tree, where Jesus is still just talking. Especially when you pray and when you tell people about the story of Jesus, things happen, things unlocked, chaos happens. It really puts a dividing line of, do you truly believe Jesus is your king? Or if you don't. And then like there is, because of that, especially with people in power who want to hold on to their power, it does put odds.
So if you view it that way, like who is he talking to then? Who's gonna be telling this chaos to happen?
Well, I mean, he's talking to the disciples. And so when they prayed in the book of Acts, the day of Pentecost, like chaos, like it was good things started happening, but then Jerusalem really started to just rein in even then more and more in their self-destructive, poking the Roman bear, killing the Christians, like it eventually, like literally, like since the sea represents chaos in Bible, it literally gets thrown into the sea. Poke the Roman bear. Sorry.
Yeah, I miss those days. Back when they had the centurions and whatnot.
I don't necessarily pay attention to politics or anything, but I just don't really pray for things like that. Like just modern day lens, seeing a passage like this and realizing the true value of the statement in its context is just confusing to a modern day reader, and like how to apply this kind of stuff into our own lives.
Yeah, 'cause I'm just thinking, like we do kind of do, like when we pray for our leaders. It's like it truly, when you pray for your leaders and pray for the people around you, it really separates the sheep and the goat, especially when you start acting in your faith and calling people to be true to their faith. Like, especially like once the church steps out and says, be true to your faith and start serving, it really sets enemies of God deeper into the enemies and sets people who cling to him. Usually they get killed or get ostracized or something happens. Some sort of power dynamic happens. Any other questions raised by this text? I thought Hosanna was just a word for worship. Yeah. Well, I mean, we could let's look up the word Hosanna, see what it means. Praise save us. Please save us. That makes sense. Okay. Oh man, that even makes more sense if it means please save us. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. That is crazy. The children are praying, "Oh, please save us," to David's son. That actually adds a whole new layer. Man. Do you see that, David?
Yes.
Man, that is... So, like, reading, "Oh, please save us," to David's son. How does that change it for you, reading that?
It makes me think, like, just in the full picture of this passage, like before, when, like, I feel like they also see how Jesus is seeing about the temple, possibly, and like feeling very disrupted by the way they're acting in the temple as well, most likely. I feel like that might have to do with it. That's what I see.
How about you, Ethan? Like, when we read at Hosanna as "please save us" to David's son, is there any like initial thoughts, changes for you reading that?
It would definitely explain why the chief priests and the scribes were disappointed.
Yeah.
These are the people that were like the leaders of the Jewish people, and then suddenly you have this Jesus guy getting the "please save us" cries.
I mean, I don't put it against the Pharisees. That'd be very weird.
Yeah.
Imagine studying your whole life and being blind to what's really happening.
Oh yeah.
Test. There we go. Oh, we each got our own microphones. Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh. I just got to do routing now. It's not going to be going through theirs yet. Routing. USB 1 chat. There we go. Test. Hey, can you guys hear me? Yeah, it's going through. I see the green line. They're just not responding. David, Justin, can you guys hear me?
You're getting the silent treatment.
Hello?
Can you guys hear Corey?
No.
Oh,
I
He's having technical
Corey was
difficulties.
saying something.
test,
He's
test,
trying to
test.
speak through a
Can you
different
guys hear
mic.
me? Test, test.
I think I heard something, but you were either quiet or muffled. Not quite sure which.
Test, test, test. Huh. That's
Hmm.
interesting.
Hmm.
Huh.
Huh.
Hmm.
Huh. Huh.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Hmm. Hmm.
Dude, I am not surprised that you got this to sound like just down for Minecraft.
You hear the runoff. It sounds like a hard sound to make.
Oh, all right. Oh, this is something to wrestle with later. All right. I think that's a new, like, please save us to David's son. That completely adds a whole new layer for me. Because it just like, it used to just look like just worship, which is like good. But then when you read it with them political lines, and then you get the people who are the power brokers who make sure that Rome, like, they're like having, like, the chief priests and scribes have one, they have one hand with the Romans and one hand with the power in Israel. Like, if you're in charge of the temple, you're pretty much the mayor and governor of the area. And so you hear kids saying, Viva la Revolution, pretty much. And they're your followers. You probably will be looking to Jesus going, are you going to say something? Because those kids are making Viva Revolution like at the government house. Yeah, dang. Good question, Logan. If you didn't ask what Hosanna, I would just put it as empty praise. I mean, not empty praise, but just simply praise. All right. I will start the commentary. Who would like to go second?
All right.
All right, David. All right, who would like to go after David?
Sure.
All right, and then you be after Justin, Logan? Cool. Once upon a time, there was a king who wanted to give his country a new lease of life. He decided to capture a city that none of his people had lived in before and make it his capital, so that no one would feel either proud that their city had been chosen or excluded because it was someone else's. The problem was that the city was perched high on a rocky crag and was very easy to defend against it. It was very easy to defend against attack. That, of course, was another reason for wanting it. The inhabitants saw this upstart king coming with his army and knew they'll have no trouble warding him off. So sure were they that they sent him a message. All the regular guards have gone off duty. We put the blind ones on watch and told the lame ones to take the messages. They'll do the job all right. But the king knew a better trick than that. He knew that however strongly a city was built on the hill, it needed one thing: water. And he discovered where the spring of water rose. That was the way in. So he set his men a challenge. Get up the water shaft and fight your way in. First one up will be my new general. So up they went and took the city, and indeed become his capital. But he didn't forget the scorn of the local people and what they said about the blind and the lame, keeping him out. So he made it a rule: no blind and lame welcome here. No reminders, please, of the mocking of the enemy.
The king was, of course, King David. The city was, of course, Jerusalem. And the house where the blind and the lame were not welcome was, of course, the temple. The story is told in 2 Samuel 5, 6-10, and 1 Chronicles 11, 4-6. And now we are ready to see what Matthew is doing in telling the story of how King Jesus came to Jerusalem and to the temple 1,000 years later. Jesus did with the temple's traditions what he did with the money changers' tables. He had turned them upside down. Matthew is the only gospel to mention this, but with the story of David in our heads, we can't miss the point in verse 14. The blind and the lame came to Jesus in the temple, and he healed them. The people who had been kept out were now welcomed in. The people who had been scorned were now healed. It was an action full of significance. It summed up everything Jesus had been doing throughout his ministry. It was flanked, of course, by two other actions, both of them equally powerful. But what did they mean? Jesus wasn't trying to take the temple over by force, as some people have thought. Nor was he making a protest about exploitation by the money changers and the dove sellers. They may well have been making a profit. They, after all, had to make a living as well as anyone else. People needed to be able to buy pure animals for sacrifice. If you tried to bring a dove or sheep from Galilee all the way to Jerusalem, it might well be killed or maimed on the way. To buy animals, you need the right money, and the temple insisted on its own special coins. The sacrificial system had been ordained by God. That's what the temple was there for, to link Israel to God day by day and hour by hour, the ceaseless round of worship. And Jesus is implying that something had gone badly wrong with it. It wasn't the buying, selling, and money chasing he's objecting to in itself. When he says, you made it a brigand's lair, the word brigand doesn't mean a thief. Brigands were revolutionaries, people who believed so strongly in God's coming kingdom of justice and triumph for Israel that they were prepared to take the law into their own hands. They were the violent ones that Jesus had commented on earlier in the Gospel, in 11:12. The temple itself, instead of being regarded as the place where Israel would come to God in prayer, had come to stand for the violent longings of the brigands for a great revolution in which the kingdom of God would come by force. It was everything Jesus had opposed throughout his lifetime, not least in the Sermon on the Mount. Now his warnings against the house were to come true.
How might he best demonstrate that in a powerful symbolic protest? By stopping the sacrificial system. If people couldn't change money or buy doves, even for a short while, they couldn't offer sacrifice. The temple's reason for existence was called into question. The healing of the blind and the lame said the same, in a softer mode. The ideology that sustained Jerusalem,
Don't apologize. You're working on it.
I'm
Jerusalem.
pretty sure I've said it right. Jerusalem. There we go. My mouth stopped tongue twisting.
My mouth freezes all the time, so I get it.
That of military might and conquest would suffice to no longer. This, too, is the reason for Jesus' otherwise apparent petulant action with the fig tree. He came looking for fruit, but when he found none, he suddenly declared that the tree would be barren forever. That's exactly what he was doing with the temple. And the promise to the disciples, which follows from it, is not a general comment about the power of prayer to do extraordinary things, though of course it is true that all sorts of things can be accomplished through prayer. The promise is far more focused on that, saying to this mountain that should be lifted up and thrown into the sea when you are standing right beside the temple mountain, was bound to be taken as another coded warning about what would happen to the temple as God's judgment fell upon his rebellious people. Suddenly, therefore, the lines of Jesus' work all through the earlier days in Galilee came together with a new force. All along, he'd been acting as if you could get, by coming to him, the blessings you normally get by going to the temple. Now he is declaring in powerful actions that the temple itself is under God's judgment. We shall see in the following chapters what this will mean. The warnings become clearer still. The head-on conflict between Jesus and the temple reaches its climax in the confrontation between the prophet from Galilee and the temple's own ruler, the high priest.
But for the moment, we should ponder not only on Jesus' extraordinary and unique action, but the ways in which a similar revolution may sometimes be necessary in today's world. Which institutions in your country have become corrupt, so that they now serve the opposite purpose from that which they were set up? Where do you see systems which were supposed to enable people to worship and pray, but which have now turned themselves in the opposite direction to the message of Jesus? What can you do about it?
All right. Anything NT Wright said that anything you said that you learned, shed some light, was brand new?
I have a gripe about his translation, I suppose. If he's claiming that the word Christ used doesn't mean thief, but instead means revolutionary, he should not have used the word brigand, because that has always meant thief. Highwayman, really. He's basically inventing a new definition out of whole cloth here.
I wonder if it's different in the European context.
I poked around in some dictionaries and they all agreed that brigand is just thief. Get to the point where the very first usage of the word brigand was with that exact same definition.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why he's using brigand if he means it something entirely different, but it's not the right word here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to. But yeah, it's seeing it that way though. Yeah, probably could use better words, especially because brigand's layered. I first thought thief, not revolutionary, which was like kind of like. It's hard to read the First Testament and not see the Messianic King, you know, like it's very easy to gloss over the suffering servant passages, and definitely enjoy the God trampling his enemies passages, especially when you want to be saved. I guess, I don't know, what would be like a good common example of that? A place that like it has its original purpose, but then the purpose became pretty much the exact opposite.
Well, I remember Harvard, or like almost all universities in America, had their slogans when they first created them in the like early 1800s or whatever, 1700s even. Like Harvard, for example, they would say, "We built this place on the foundation of Christ," and now you look at it today, and it's kind of this big, it's just it's a big revolutionary university, right? It's cool and it's good, but they forgot that slogan. Probably got rid of it. And see that a lot with universities. Saying science is more powerful than religion, when that's a myth.
What are your thoughts about that, David? So I know growing up, very much we'll have a lot of conversations about science and faith, especially universities these days. I'm curious what your thoughts are.
On the topic of science and faith, it's basically that there's no inherent conflict there. Yeah, that's our culture seems to think there is basically just yeah, a result of well a combination of unfortunate misunderstandings and deliberate attempts to undermine the faith. As for the um the I guess corruption of institutions, I think it would be hard for any of us to deny that a lot of that's been happening. A lot.
Yeah, it is crazy how Yale, Harvard, my brain's Cambridge, yeah. All these places like have roots in just declarations of faith. And we're now seeing it's hard because I feel like a lot of my conversations with people, especially educated, liberal educated, is the general mass idea is Christianity is against progression, like not progression as in like liberal progression, but progression of the human race, against progression of life, against pro death, really. A lot of people, that's like how people see very strong Christian believing people is they're against progress in life.
Like one of the biggest holistic manners is society as a whole. Like American society, mainly Western society, I mean, where you get society as a whole has lost faith in God. And you got kingdom under rule by, I mean, it's not even like leaders, you can say they're not divine leaders to the society, but they still are in a metaphorical sense. But you see that where you kind of see the correlation between what I'm trying to say and the temple. How even such a holistic thing can, without God and truth, turns into something bad.
So you're trying to say what? Yeah.
Like the philosopher Nietzsche, he talks about how, like, without God, our religion is the woman goddess of health, and he literally predicted this. And look at today, everyone wants survival. Let me get my food. Let me live a full, healthy life. And we forget what, like there's no value in that besides yourself, selfish things. And it's crazy that he predicted something as backwards revolutionary, I guess. The lack of God equals not a dystopian society, but a society of worshiping your own health.
You know, it's interesting because Nietzsche, I heard a microphone move. Were you going to say something?
No, I just accidentally bumped something.
It was interesting. Nietzsche also talked about the value of worship forms. And so like the moment that you remove those, so like worship forms as in going to church, like taking sacraments, he saw the like how much structure forming that is in a society. And so you'll say like society like is going to have a hard time. They're going to want to replace those. So like, you know, like it's crazy like how spiritual unspiritual people are. Like it's all about rhythms. Like it used to be the rhythms that were, you know, in our societies, and like not a good thing or a bad thing right now. I'm not trying to, but how it's so focused on rhythms. And it's like how we want to get set something for that health. All right. I think we tackled that passage pretty good. Any other thoughts before we go into communion?
You predicted what N.T. Wright said about 2 Samuel,
Oh.
King David, the sea.
Yeah.
He almost quoted the same passage that John Goldingay talks about that.
You gotta.
When he talks about chaos in the sea.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As I was like, every time so Logan said that pretty much what I guessed about the mountain and the sea, I was pretty on point with what N.T. Wright then said. So I'm like, I always try to go like, I'm always just trying to think like, how would Jesus time people read the Bible? How would they see images? And so yeah, the mountain and the sea. The sea is not a good thing, at least in ancient writings. That's where the chaos sea monsters come from, which are kings who define good and bad. Like anything connected to a beast or monster is something that defines good and bad on their own, so they become animal-like. And the sea is always being the chaos of the sea is always being rained down, like rain in. And so rain in, so it's like that's what the flood is when, like the flood is when Yahweh like imagine a door that's like a dam, you know, a door dam is holding the sea, like he releases it so it allows it to do it. He was actually, can I like share something really cool really fast before we start communion?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Never mind then. David, Justin, are you guys cool if I share something really cool I learned?
Sure.
So the flood actually, so in Genesis, you know about the great flood story, right, Justin?
Let's assume I do.
Okay.
Water goes sploosh.
Continue with your story.
Okay, well, do you though? Then I could just do a quick. We'll try to keep it quick. Do you know the flood story?
If you think you can keep it quick.
So yeah, pretty much Noah builds
Okay,
up.
so in very brief, and again, very brief. Yeah, a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
No, still on Earth.
The planet far, far away. Be very far away from here.
No, sorry, we didn't last long enough to get space travel before this happened. But basically, humanity had become hopelessly corrupt, and so God decided that a reset was in order. And
So it's the flood that's generally used with the Ark and various
Yeah,
stories like that.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, Noah's Ark, all that jazz.
So pretty much, humans become evil, and actually, God doesn't get mad, but humans just get evil. They are actually they're murdering each other, and so they are polluting the land. Like when murder, the blood spills on the ground, and the blood cries out. That's where that's how pollution. That's like a biblical pollution. And so since they're polluting the ground, he's going to let the earth pretty much inflict his wrath on the people. And that's when he makes the water flood out. And so
Is that
huh?
you were saying you learned about?
No, actually the part that I learned about. So later on, so the flood happens. Later on, there are the Israelites, and the Israelites are commissioned by God to kick the inhabitants out of Jerusalem and Judea. They're Yahweh's commissioning them to pretty much kick the inhabitants out because they've gotten so evil, like child sacrifices, things like that. And so actually the language it uses, like when it says it completely annihilates them, it actually is using flood language.
Okay.
So the flood, it will say words like it completely kills everyone on the ground. Like that's the Hebrew. It killed everyone. It killed everyone. But then when the Israelites are kicking the inhabitants, it said that they absolutely annihilated them. But then a couple of chapters on, that city is still there. There's still people in that city. And so it shows that it's just judgment that's happening, but it's not actual genocide. Us modern readers will read that and we'll think genocide.
Right.
It's like also the story where God commands them to go kill an entire, I forget which society was, but it's like,
And if it was the Canaanites, don't feel too bad. They were
some-
simultaneously
Well, I think it actually was
performed
the
child
Canaanites.
sacrifice and cannibalism.
Oh yeah. Don't forget about that, of course. But it's like, go kill them all, completely destroy and annihilate them. But you can take but after you do that, you can take their wives. Wait, I thought you said to annihilate them all.
Yeah. And so it's not like actual complete annihilation that we'll think will take literally. It's hyperbole. This referencing just it's like the flood story is the first judgment. And so the rest of the Bible will just use flood words to show that this is God's judgment happening.
Okay.
And that's something I've been 20 years clinging to King Jesus. That I just learned that like a month or two ago. Because that thing that should make us scratch our heads. Like whenever we read genocide, like God's all loving, here is he endorsing genocide. Like that should make us scratch our head.
All right.
And then it's just like one of those things, like here on this point, it's like one of those things like how can I see the images and metaphors as the ancients saw images and metaphors? Because if it's like verse 21, what we just read, Matthew 21:21, like there's been so many times that I have been taught that if I just say in the name of Jesus, I could literally cast a mountain. I have been preached that so many times. I'm tired. I'm tired of those kind of messages. because reality is there are moments when miracles do happen. I absolutely believe in miracles, but that's not the point. Jesus is not like giving us Goku powers in prayer.
Go super praying.
Super praying mode. And so yeah, and that's why I love, and I've been always telling people to listen to the Bio Project. I just recommend listening to their podcast. It's a really good, like, getting as much as you can. It helps a lot me, like, seeing the images and metaphors that the ancients saw, images and metaphors, saw the world. Because their worldview is going to be 180% degree different. 100% degree, 180 degree. Oh my gosh. 180 degree different than like especially like even simple things like food. Like the bread that we're gonna be eating that Ethan baked, that's probably like a family's day or two worth of food, and we're just like nom 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 nom, just like going like, oh, it's just like, yeah, and so that's one thing I love about video games, that like literally you see a different worldview, you're experiencing a different worldview. You cannot supplant. Like you can, like you're engaging it with your worldview, but the rules of the game, like unless you go into the coding and just change code, you have to work with the world that's, and even then, like doing that, you just start breaking stuff. At least I will be breaking stuff. But you just have to work with the world that's presented. Like when I play Minecraft, I can't just say, okay, now I'm going to, unless, modding, whatever, but like, I can't just turn Minecraft and then to a Flash game. Like, I have to work with the engine, like the engine presented in front of me. And so I'm looking at the ancient world and see how they were trying to survive. But yeah, let's go into Eucharist Communion after that flood thing I learned. It's really cool. I don't want to share it. All right. I want to go get some cups, pour some juice, get things ready here. I'll be right back. When you're ready, Ethan, I want to ask you, if you don't mind, leading the communion Eucharist prayer.
Bless you again.
Thank you. The bitter.
Bless
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Allergies
You know,
coming back.
that's a good looking bread. Grapeseed oil. Ooh. I'm excited to try a bread with a different oil type.
I don't know if it's actually gonna taste any different. Y'all ready?
Yeah, David said he's ready, so it's just on us now.
All right, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Nice 25-year reference.
Ah, yes. Okay.
What did he say?
All right, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
But you like to do it right though. You have to like the J kids have to be like
Screaming.
very low. Leroy Jenkins. Like if you're gonna do it right.
No, no, no.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
you gotta channel
Yeah.
your inner Leroy Jenkins.
You gotta revel in that J.
Yeah. You also gotta have some chicken when you say it too. So next time, wait until you
I mean,
have it.
it's in my fridge, but I do.
Like one of these great fries. We should have like roasted chicken on the stick, so we can just celebrate in that very
rotisserie chicken.
yeah ancient meme. No, I'm not. You know, have you ever been to Disneyland? Mm-hmm. They have like the big turkey, like Oh well, at Disneyland they have like big turkey.
Are
Like,
you sure that's Disneyland?
did I say Who did I say? Did I say Disneyland? Yeah, they have like they actually have like yeah they'll actually like.
I'm
you know,
pretty sure that's a different place that does it like the old fashioned like.
Well, there are places that do old fashioned, but Disneyland when I was there, they actually had a bunch of little pop ups. Like
Pop ups. Because I thought you were talking about like I remember being like in like some place where they did like a lot of like theater-esque sort of thing, like, and it was styled after like medieval sort
Yeah.
of style of
but you know
food.
like that large cartoonish piece of like turkey leg, you know, like oh man, it's making me hungry. Let's
Okay, let's do some prayer.
Well, good thing you're about to well, have communion.
Nope. Bite size? Bite size if your mouth is big enough. Okay. Lord, thank you for this time that you've given us this week to be able to meet up together once again and be able to play some video games, and now allowing us to break some bread and drink some grape juice in remembrance of your son who sacrificed his life so that we could be with you once again. Amen.
Amen.
Hoorah! You haven't heard that one before?
Good.
Oh man! Okay, I gotta find it for you.
All right. Let's pause that. We just prayed. Let's dig into the
Open up
dig
the
into
bar,
flesh and
yes.
blood. It is Good Friday, my friends.
Is it gonna be crunchy? Nope. It was in the bag too long.
There we go. You might get that little bit of the ripping sound. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. You're good. Thank you for your excruciating death. Being betrayed. As This is a day that all church people just, Jesus clean people traditionally just special day to remember it. We remember it every time, but this is a special day to remember it. So we thank you. Amen again.
Would you like the honors? I just said it. You did? Yeah. I said it under my tongue. A woman. God damn it. Okay. Let's take a bite of this bread.
Not too bad. Would be better with some salt and pepper though.
Oh.
You want honey?
No, it's like in the box. I'm so thankful that juice lasts for a long time in the bottle. Because that technically that juice expired, I think, like January 1st this year. Hmm. I'm trying to find a difference using grapeseed oil instead of olive oil this time.
It is made out of grapes instead of olives.
Try to see if I can find a taste texture difference. It's actually
You
not.
generally say, sorry, what?
No, you were gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, can you normally tell the difference between stuff like olive oil and canola oil? Canola oil?
Oui. I want to say yes.
Yes. And I'll tell you how you can taste the difference. Yes, and I'll tell you how you can taste the difference. One tastes like olives,
I meant
and
specifically
the other
corn.
tastes like canola.
Or does it just taste like fried?
Does I wonder if olive
baked.
oil has a higher smoking point, because this is like this doesn't feel as oily as usual.
Yeah, so this is grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil has a higher smoke point.
Give me my mouse, probably.
Your screen is now in dark mode.
There we go. Oh.
I think olive oil has a smoke point of around 450. I know canola oil has a much higher one. It's like between 450 and 500. I know Crisco is definitely 500. But I think grapeseed oil, pretty sure that one's similar to canola oil in terms of smoke point.
It's like usually the bread. It tastes like eating a fried donut sometimes. Last couple of weeks, but that it tastes less that this time.
Yeah. I think part of that has to do with me forgetting to put oil on it is immediately after pulling it out of the oven. And then the other part is that it also stayed sealed inside that plastic Ziploc bag. So all the like condensation kind of just accumulated on the outside. So makes it a little less crunchy.
That could be it. It also just doesn't feel as oily as usual. But I could be wrong. It could be just.
I'm sorry, David.
Huh?
I was talking with food in my mouth, and I know how much that bothers you.
Yeah, I fortunately has zoned out enough I hadn't even noticed.
Now it's gonna be a hyper notice.
Unfortunately.
Don't eat my... Now I want them. All right. I think on this side of the world, we're going to call it. Start packing up.
All right. Good night.
Love you guys. Good night.
Good night. I guess he's also heading off then.
How was Mansion Democracy Sunday? After church.
I was in live stream.
Hey, Justin.
Well, you have a good night too, Corey.
Thank you. Hey, Justin, this Sunday, Ethan's wanting to
Will be
manage some
Sunday.
democracy. You down for some democracy managing?
Yeah.
And
Are you?
yeah,
We shall see if you're able to, because maybe things happen. You are unable.
I mean, I'm just going to be chilling. It's going to. Usually, our church is one service, but since it's Easter, they're doing a double service.
Right, but I meant the moving.
Yeah,
Might still be
I mean,
doing moving.
I imagine things like. Imagine probably tomorrow night or Sunday after church, we might just set up the PC stuff. If I don't get it tomorrow night. But knowing me, I'm going to look at it and go, I will set you up.
Or you'll be like I usually am, and it's like, eh.
Yeah, and I could just be exhausted. This is going to be fun, full, busy day tomorrow. Luckily, I'm not too far. And we're on the first level.
That's good. You have
So you don't have to carry a back-breaking computer upstairs. Downstairs.
Eric will come around in the afternoon with his truck. We have a van. We have other people coming with their cars.
I meant like to move the computers because that's what I had you do a lot.
Made me a strong boy. Which I had no problem. I really enjoyed our time. If it mean carrying your 50-pound brick of steel, I was down. Man, Ben needs to accept you already. That affordable housing just needs to go. We affordably accept you.
Yeah, but the issue is, well, I'd have to already be there to get priority in the first place since I'm not already there.
What?
Like that's like the like when I was signing up for it in the wait list, it's they have priority for people already like for the like section 5 or 7 or whatever, like for the assistance stuff. It is people that are already in Oregon currently had priority, so I'm not surprised.
You probably sound like you'll be on that list indefinitely.
It's making progress. So at least the like house that I looked at, I checked the waiting list and it has actually gone down.
Okay.
So maybe in 2 years.
I mean, 2
3
years from now or 2 years when you signed up?
From now.
Oh, man.
Given its current rate.
Hmm.
But that's how it is.
Well, good thing you're in a place where you're taken care of, where you could wait.
Yeah.
All right. Love you, mate. Gonna go wash
Later.
my hands and start unplugging everything.
Washing your hands.
I know. Just put my hands all over the screen. That's me marking my territory.
Ethan.
Who needs anointing oil when you have
Hands oil. Hands of oil.
just take your thumb and just boop on the forehead. Right in the back before I wash my hands.
Well, yeah, I mean, with you there tomorrow, and we have most things already boxed. I imagine we'll get things there, and we can actually pick. Maybe tomorrow night, if you're still around, we can just do some
Manage
manage democracy. Yeah, because